Hi, I'm Amanda Bacopulos, and today I get to talk to you about the SDAIE strategy of vocabulary cards. So first things first, when it comes to our vocabulary card strategy, materials. What are you going to need? Your students are going to need to be equipped with a pen or pencil, pretty basic. They're going to need coloring utensils. Each student is going to need a flashcard, an index card. And then you're going to need a reasonable amount of resources for students to look up definitions. So whether that's a dictionary or a technology resource like a computer or a tablet or even their textbook glossary. All right, so going forward, let's go ahead and take a look at what vocabulary cards are going to look like in the context of a classroom. We're going to go ahead and apply the strategy to a third grade room in the subject matter of science. All right? So as a teacher, your initial first step is to go ahead and direct your students to go back through the most recent chapter of their science textbook that was studied and select a vocabulary word that they don't really know the meaning of or are hazy about understanding. Once they've self-selected a vocabulary word, they're going to go to a dictionary, they're going to go to a computer, they're going to go to their glossary, and they are going to look up the definition. As a teacher, post these initial first directions, it's a great time for you to kind of step back and observe your classroom, your ELL students in particular, and gauge how much auditory comprehension is really going on, to take note of what's being processed, and go from there. All right. Step 2, this involves our index cards. You're going to have your students go ahead and take their index card, and on the top of the front of the card, they are going to write the vocabulary word they self-selected. I chose temperature. Underneath, they're going to write the definition, and then on the back, they are going to draw a picture of their newly defined vocabulary word. And next to their picture, they are going to write a sentence containing the vocabulary word that they just defined. Preferably an original sentence. You may find that with some of your ELL students, contextualizing a new vocabulary word into a sentence, especially academic language, is going to be difficult depending on what stage they're at. For you as a teacher, the way you can accommodate that or the way you can modify the assignment to be more appropriate for where they're at, one example would be you can write an appropriate sentence for the vocabulary word they selected, model it, and allow them to replicate it. So that's 3. Going on to step 4, this is my favorite step because it involves collaborative learning and communication. And I think in an age of technology, anytime we can do some one-on-one, face-to-face interaction in a classroom setting, it's a positive thing. So for this step, you're going to partner your students up. They are going to take their flashcards that they just completed, and they are going to use them to teach their partner the vocabulary word that they selected. For you as a teacher, this is an excellent opportunity to utilize those bilingual students that you are bound to have in your classroom. We're in Southern California. You're probably going to have 1 or 3. And take those bilingual students and partner them up with your ELL students who are still learning. That gives your bilingual students the opportunity to take initiative, to be a teacher, and it creates a cushion for any gap there might be for your ELL students. So really use those bilingual students in instances like this where you have the opportunity. So once they've partnered up and they've taken some time to go back and forth and share their flashcards, that's the cushion. Now they're going to go ahead and present their flashcards to a bigger group in a larger audience setting. And as the teacher, it's at your discretion whether that means that the partners just partner up with 2 other students who are partners, or they present their flashcard to the entire class. As you make this decision, taking into consideration your ELL students, taking into consideration how you can support them in that presentation to a larger audience, so they are feeling confident about it and feeling assured and walk away with a sense of accomplishment is really important. So think about this assignment prior to going in. Think about your individual students and what kind of assistance you think they're going to need, how you're going to be able to support them in this. Overall, I really like the SDAIE strategy of vocabulary cards. I think it is applicable to a multitude of subject matters. You can use it all over the place in academics. It allows students maybe, but it allows teachers the opportunity to assess and observe their students and get a grasp on that. It enables the development of independent study skills, it engages collaborative learning, and it invites students to take a new understanding of content and apply it visually, like with my little Picasso here, and verbally in conversation and presentation. So, thank you guys so much for listening to my SDAIE strategy of vocabulary cards. I appreciate it.